got 3 minutes.
Behave. Everybody behave.
I'm not in there.
Hi, Bonnie, how are you?
It's a good thing. How are you?
No worries at this point.
Mark? Yeah, I started a beard last week, but suggestion was overruled.
That's just it. If you don't have a beer on, everybody who doesn't have a beer, get out.
Mustache now?
Well.
That's part.
Can I go shave? I do have a razor in the
I was
office.
just starting rich. Yeah, we got a majority here. Mark's the only clean shaved one, Brad is.
It's all those good looking people, the rest of us gotta hide it with facial hair.
I just got tired of people calling me Santa Claus.
Hey, don't worry.
He got tired of
Hey,
people
don't
calling him
worry.
Sanders when he had his goatee.
My oldest daughter told me I looked like a naked mole rat when I shaved, so I'm
There's no question she's
Oh, Lord
yours.
Jesus.
I got a mustache because when you got a nose this big, it needs company.
Well, at least we saved her
I'm
standing.
gonna blame mine on
Being
Dwight.
on air.
Dwight started it.
Right.
Dwight started it. Dwight's last winter here, and he started grilling one.
Yeah.
I started grilling mine the week after he did. Yeah.
So you had one before that, so I think you started then.
No, Dwight started everything.
Alright, blame Dwight.
Someone's
He's not here.
He's not here.
We're blaming everything on David today. So.
right.
Yeah, well.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. We'll call the February 2nd Commissioners meeting to order with the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, all. First Monday of the month, we have a staff meeting. So we'll go around the room and see what's happening in all the departments. You were here first, Pam, so you're
Okay.
on.
We brought in approximately 20 dogs. The shelter's been taking in a lot of puppies that have been dumped. And new building is still being worked on. Columbia Gas is starting on it today.
And you're not taking any more dogs until they get that open, right?
No, I am. I'm on call this week. I'll take in like emergency situations or cruelties.
Okay. 'Cause I know they said something about they wasn't gonna,
They're not gonna be there to take dogs in.
right, they're not taking any. They said
Right,
they
we'll have to park on the street, just pull it over a lot and leave your flashers on, or up by the mailbox. It'll be a quick in and out, and then we can check them in on, make their cards tomorrow.
Okay.
So I think we've got it figured out. And then we did win our second felony last week. I was in common pleas court for 8 hours that day. But the gentleman got 4 years prison.
Ouch.
Yep, for animal cruelty.
That was good, Tim. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
No, you can't talk about it. But,
I can now, it's
oh,
over.
you can?
They were.
What happened?
He shot his neighbor's dog and then hid from him. The sheriff had to come out, get a search warrant to find a gun. He was under a disability, so he was not allowed to own a gun to begin with. And he was also a felon before with a conviction of sexual conduct.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Any questions for Pat?
Keep working.
Keep working.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Do the best you can while you're in between locations out there.
Yes.
We're
We are.
excited to get that new place open though.
Yes, they're working on it.
Be a lot better for you guys.
Yeah.
Good, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ryan?
Not a whole lot. I think we're kind of caught up on the complaints. It's just kind of gearing towards the spring cleanups and getting that stuff coordinated. I'm sure we'll have one mess to deal with once all this snow melts, but it's kind of put a damper on the illegal dumping for the time being.
It's all buried under the snow, so can't see it, it's not there, right?
That's right. That's just surviving the last couple weeks, really.
Did they get somebody to take Dana's place?
Yeah.
Are you using them?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's Rob Frizzell.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
And listen, Rob retires, then he goes to probation, retires from there, and then he takes,
Yeah, I think he kind of followed Dana.
yeah, that's what I said, Dana did the same thing.
So you got any big pickup drives scheduled for this year?
We'll have the river cleanup coming up around Earth Day. We don't have the exact, get with Shelley and make sure if we have the exact date. Gotta always coordinate that with the Earth Gathering and the pump house. Do have some other, don't really have dates set up, but just kind of a big cleanup drive. Like to kind of hit the waterways this year a little bit too. Something we haven't done in a while.
Tire,
June 13th.
that's in Fayette County though, isn't it?
No, it's Ross.
Ours is
There's
Ross.
all 4 counties.
They do have vouchers out there now, like solid waste will write a voucher and you can take them down to Piketon yourself, but just an option for people that don't want to wait and stuff. But people don't really like hearing that response either. So.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the mill impacts, I don't know if they still use the same boiler that has that mixture with parts of old tires and mixed into it for fuel.
I'm not sure.
That was a good release for tires.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I've asked. Anything else?
That's about all I got.
All right, Andy?
It's still busy kind of project season, have a lot of things going on. We did an internet upgrade out at the dog warden's office. They had some 5 meg by half meg upload. We're at 100 by, I can't remember, 10 or something like that. Exploring whether fiber is going to be an option in the new building. Field tech seems to think it's not a problem. The guy who talks to it in the switch room thinks no, it's not an issue, or no, it's not available. We're still waiting on the final word to get proper internet connection and new stuff. But toured through with Juanita, got a good lay of the land for where things can go. Just kind of waiting on what's an option. Want to move them over to VoIP. I may let them demo some stuff depending on how good the internet upgrade is now. It's not really suited for VoIP. I mean, it's a bonded DSL connection. It's a really old school line. If not, put it in for the new building. Had some tabletop exercises scheduled for last week, Thursday, to sort of run our security policy. That got preempted by a real world exercise, which was good and bad. Honestly, I won't talk too much about it on air, but it was a good chance to run that. It was sort of the mirror image in that it didn't really have a technical impact on us, so we didn't get to use all of our technical resources, but it was a great opportunity to run it. Did well, some minor revisions to that. Multi-factoring our VPN connections in, that was one of the areas in the second level of House Bill 96 that we weren't technically compliant. We didn't have to be compliant by January 1, but that was slated for Friday. That got moved on account of the vendor issue. That's scheduled for this week. Finalizing quotes on some server replacement. Engineers are doing something cool out at their office. They're going to partner with, I can't remember the group, but where they'll have this mapping software for snow removal where they'll be able to look at a map at any given point and see red or green for the road color about whether it's been plowed or not. So they're working on a conference room PC and some tech to make that work. So working with them on that. User training. Going to start rolling out VoIP for the commissioner's office probably in the next month or so. I had my kickoff meeting with the partner on that. Still have some questions and a lot of groundwork to lay before our phone hits the desk, but Brad, Kathy, Riley, your all's desk phone, stuff like that. It's still a phone, pick it up, dial, it'll work, but there'll be some changes that we'll work through. Horizon had a Southern Ohio outage. I mean, the entirety of Southern Ohio telephones, internet, you name it, they were down. Still haven't heard exactly why. We have a backup connection here that kicked in and worked, so we were still up. Realizing that anymore the speed is inadequate. It's a very, very basic connection, but it's there to cover we're not down, we can still function, but it's inadequate. So working through Spectrum on that. They do everything through State of Ohio websites, which we're trying to figure out how to navigate every login that we have to have just to say yes to an upgrade to an existing service. So I'll probably have to present some contracts for you guys to sign off on that just says, yes, we're increasing our backup internet speed. But by and large, we handled that really well. We had some hiccups while it was up and down, but we were still checking emails, still open for business while they were out for a few hours. Aside from odds and ends, mostly projects. That's the bigger ones.
I did get the report back from Spyglass on potential savings for communication systems. They've targeted in just under $50,000 savings.
Where are the areas they're finding?
I'll give you the report. So I'll be sending that out to you, Brad and Kathy, this week. Take a look at it.
How far and wide did they? I know they were asking for stuff from the sheriff's office and other county agencies. How far and wide?
That's probably the electric and gas, not the communication.
Oh, okay.
So, what we did was kind of serve as a model to see what potential there was in savings by an expert company going through the systems and feeling pretty encouraged that we can save that much per year. And if they want to take advantage of it, they can. The other areas, if they don't have to.
Yeah, we'd hope to see that.
We got some demonstrated performance of what they can do. So.
Yeah, send it out. I'd love to review it.
So I'll send that out to you today.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Sarah?
Well, as far as litter control, I think Ryan updated you on that. Communications, I talked to Mark last week. I guess my biggest thing is to get with them and get maybe their Facebook page or something working. We've had a lot of people messaging about that. So kind of working through that a little bit. Really, I don't have a lot. We have for wellness tomorrow a lunch and learn.
Okay.
Tuesday and Thursday with Lisa Barledge at the OSU Extension. And then we have yoga starting in March, that series. And I expect you all to be
I'm not
there.
putting yoga pants on, you can't say
I can't
that.
even sit like an Indian.
But pretty much I've got the grant requirements done already for the wellness program. Just kind of keep promoting and encouraging everyone to get their wellness exam before June if they don't want to end up in the appeals process. So.
Yeah, but I like the update you did for the township trustees. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you're
and
welcome.
then I was wondering if you could do one for the village mayors and councils.
I do, and I have that almost completed, but I'm waiting to hear from Bainbridge.
Okay.
So I've got it almost completed.
I've got some new council members to update for you as well.
Okay.
OVRDC has their next round of funding and things like that going out that would really benefit the villages.
Yeah.
And so I already have Jim Hatfield circulating what's coming out with the township trustees, but I don't have any contact information for the mayors and council. So.
Yeah, I haven't had very good luck getting a hold of anyone in Bainbridge, so if anyone has some contact information, that'd be great.
See, you got help in this room.
Yeah, yep.
Take
So,
care.
all right. Yep, so that's where I'm at. That should come out this week if I can get that
Okay,
done.
great.
Yep.
Any questions for Sarah?
Keep trucking right along.
Yep. Josh?
I'd like to reiterate what Andy said about the VoIP phone service. It's been a game changer for us. The only complaint that I could possibly have is we just have one phone line now instead of two, but we, leave a message, and which is really hard to get some of these folks to understand. They would call, 3 times in a row instead of just leaving a 30-second message.
And we can change that over too, because what line 2 was the fax line or something
Right,
like
and
that.
I don't think we've received a fax in
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, we can do multi-lines if you need a rollover line, that's a available option.
Yeah, I think we do. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm on your agenda for this afternoon, but I think we can take care of that now, because the items I was concerned about being kind of sensitive are not as sensitive as I thought they were.
Okay.
So the Department of Energy is giving away assets as they no longer need them at the Piketon site. And since they are no longer federally owned and federally controlled, that then puts them under our jurisdiction. And we have received a call last week about 16 modular nuclear reactors being installed. At first, I thought this was not my mine to deal with. I had dove into the code book. Because this energy is being sold to private utilities or for private use for data centers, it puts it under the jurisdiction of the building department instead of the power siting board. So that and that led me to make some phone calls. Then I found out that there are letters of intent being signed in Pike County for a data center. So a lot of work. Concerned about manpower. We previously thought we had that resolved, but things didn't go as planned. So just wanted to put that out there that this work, while it's not been permitted yet, is very likely it will increase our workload.
This additional help that you need, or could possibly need, is there credentialed, and are there folks around here to draw from?
That's the difficult part.
Okay.
Yes, they do have to have certifications, and even the state is having trouble filling these positions. They've even given us pamphlets to put on our counter, so you want to become an inspector or whatever, something to that effect. They're allowing alternative programs, which that may be an option for us as far as like a trainee kind of thing. Like, this is something Dwight previously mentioned, getting folks from the vocational school, and then I sent him all the rules and everything. But it is becoming more acceptable. I guess the city of Columbus has some kind of pilot program where they're allowing basically apprentice inspectors, if you will. So that may be an option for us, but I just wanted to mention this before it became an issue.
These tabletop nuclear reactors go in common commercial use. That's Pandora's box.
Yeah, I'm extremely intrigued by this. It's something I've never had to deal with before, and sure, the building's one thing. I mean, the building's a box. I deal with those every day, but what they put in it is often the different thing that changes things. And the last thing that I really wanted to touch on is school being built in Piketon right now. Currently has no water or wastewater available because we had a contractor that went bankrupt. Western Advantage WAI Construction went bankrupt, and they did a lot of work around Piketon, and they defaulted on both the wastewater and water treatment plant. So now we have a school that may be finished with no utilities available, and no means of water and sanitation. So that's one of my big things I'm dealing with right now.
That's a small problem.
You gotta put that somewhere. You can't dig a hole and put it in there.
Yeah. I mean, we get into a lot of weird things, like they were talking about backfeeding the water supply with a 5-inch line, and the building requires a 12-inch line, you get into all kind of hydraulic calculations and whatnot with their sprinkler system, so that's, you know, one of my problems right now. That's really all I have. Those are my big
That's
things
enough,
at the
man.
moment.
So you don't need the 145?
No, I do not.
We'll take you off the schedule.
No, I'm gonna go to Wellston to the water treatment plant down there this afternoon.
Well, I think we need to have conversations on what you're gonna need, probably do that in a work session sometime, not today, but
Yeah,
I think we need to have that conversation.
I do as well, and I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like yet. I think we probably need to receive the blueprints first and then see what kind of scale we're dealing with here. You know, we do already have backup inspectors on a contract basis, but you guys sat through that interview.
The specialized knowledge is what I'm concerned about.
Right.
Because that impacts your other inspectors and the
Right.
workload and, I mean, just the whole juggling act. So, that's what we need to dig into once you have a better understanding of the scope and scale of the problem.
Okay, and yeah, what I was trying to illustrate was the backup guy would be the guy with the rather colorful language in his interview. So, I'm not a fan of that representation of my department or the county.
As long as he's muzzled out in the public, I don't care.
He's not.
Okay.
He's not.
That's your next project, right?
Right.
That we need to teach him how to sit in a chair. It's not a half a bed. He came in and
dragged off the street.
He came in and stretched out like he was in a half a bed.
It was definitely something to behold.
Yeah.
This time you did it on camera somewhere.
No, that was before that happened.
All right, EMA, top that.
Well, we tried. We didn't have very many responses this past month. We had one notification from EPA. It just happened on private property with some hydraulic break and fuel leaks on private property. They came down for a response, but they didn't need anything from us. They were just letting us know. Did have a big spill on 35 involving a drunk driver. He went westbound and eastbound lanes and hit a semi head-on, ruptured a fuel tank and a refrigerant fuel tank also. Leaked about 150 gallons into the median, about 120 feet from a drain. We were able to get that stopped with the fire department and Idles Towing, remediated before it ever got into the drain, and then EPA came down the next day. We did have one weather-related incident. We did send out a mass notification on Sunday last week, but we got a call from the emergency manager over at the VA hospital indicating that an entire apartment complex was out of heat. The
At
residents
the VA?
Yeah, well, it was Cross Creek.
Which is out to the VA, but not on VA
Yeah,
property.
right, it's in the area. Veterans do live there. She got a call from a veteran. Supposedly they were all using alternative methods for heating, and they refused to leave because they all had pets. I tried to coordinate a response with the sheriff's department. They were already aware. They were already on scene with Union Township and provided an appropriate response, but they did welfare checks of the whole building and found out that it was just an isolated incident, so didn't really have much from that. As far as grants and funding, I don't know who works on a Sunday, but I guess I was on my email and found it. Other people were working on Sundays, and they just awarded the EMPG money yesterday.
Okay, good.
We got $50,500. That's a 5% increase over last year, and they did move that grant cycle back to a 3-year cycle instead of 1, because that money was going to have to be used up by June. The BRIC grant, we're still waiting on final approval from Ohio EMA and then FEMA. That could be another 6 months. So we won't pay that last drawdown until that's finally approved by FEMA. LAPC, we just submitted that grant on Friday before the deadline.
those funds should be approved and then come into the county, into LEPC sometime around September, October. Our EOP project, that's gonna be done this week before I leave. I'll make sure that that's uploaded. That's slated for a review this year. The hazard mitigation plan, we're still waiting on final approval. That goes along with the BRIC grant.
They giving you an estimated due date for that?
I would say it's gonna take FEMA 6 months to probably, they get them from all over the country. Every county, township, and parish in the country has to submit them. And they put on a 5-year cycle, so.
That's why they need a 5-year cycle. Okay.
We're gonna try to get IPOS certified. That'll enhance our notification capabilities. It'll enhance the mass notification system. And then as Sarah said, Josh is gonna work on trying to delete our old unusable accounts. Paul Minnie got with me over the weekend, and evidently, because the way they set it up, everything was set up in tied to their personal information. No passwords or anything like that. So since we've been there, we've been unable to get rid of the old accounts. We didn't want to duplicate accounts.
If you need any help on that, I'm volunteering a fellow elected official, but Jordan Wheeler is pretty good with that stuff.
Okay. The one account, it looks like might have been hacked. So we got to look into that. But that'll help with our public notification capabilities, and then also our community engagement, where we can engage with the community.
And no problem there. They just send out false alerts and watch everybody bounce off the wall.
And I think that's just about it.
Okay. Appreciate it. And Mark has accepted a new position down in Piketon, and we wish him the best on that. We will be conducting the routine search for a new director, but that responsibility falls on Josh right now, and he's also in the running for that. So if we get any applications or anything, we'll go through the due diligence of hiring and make our selection. But we like the team that we have here, and we like the remaining member of the team. So we'll see what develops there. But Mark, we appreciate all the work you put into this. You brought a lot of organizational structure to this that serves us well. And thank you for all your hard work.
Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, Devin.
All right, nothing too exciting. So Kim applied for a grant through the Ohio Department of Agriculture. We talked about that maybe last time, but we applied for $50,000 to help offset the cost of the comprehensive plan. We're also ramping up for the FY 2027 community project funding requests through federal government. We'll have to coordinate and prioritize what we apply for. So we'll be thinking about, various projects, and we'll make sure to get a project package together. I've been working with county engineer so far on this, so got a couple ideas. So if you have any ideas, better bring them up quick. It's due in March. So
What do you have on that list? I called Kim and talked to her about that last week when that email came out. What are you guys thinking now? Do you know?
we sort of.
I just know that
yeah.
the last time, how many projects do we have there? 2 or 3, and got funded by none of them.
Right. Well, we're going to try to apply for the Delano, actually Focus Area 1. There are 2 improvements to be Delano Road and the stormwater new profile for the Delano ditch profile out there. That's one. Charlie's thinking about items on his side. I know you mentioned something about the fairground PA potential.
Yeah.
We need. I started looking at capital funding this year or over the weekend, and just the different types available, where to get, how to coordinate. That's a whole science project in itself. But we probably should be talking on those terms while this stuff's still developing. and we don't realize the full scope of it. Not only by all the projects together, but the individual projects alone. So we have to take a look at that and start getting a chart together of priority and how we're gonna march down the road for the next 5-10 years
Yep.
and funding these projects. Because if we don't do that, it's just gonna sit on the shelf and gather dust.
Yep.
Well, those funds have been good to us in the past. You know, that $4 million we got for the sewer project came from them. Different representative at the time, but, and we've had other money come through there too, so there's a potential to get something good if you have the right project, you know.
I have high praises for Kim and the work that she does, and we didn't have that before. So
She's doing great.
We're a step or two down the road farther than we were in the past. But it's just consideration for her time. And don't drive her crazy to where she quits on us or something, so.
Well, the beauty of this particular grant is, well, we submit basically the intent, the basis of the project, right? So, but you don't have to be ready for it till FY '27, so we've got a year for plan development in the background, but you get the money.
The biggest part is how you go about getting it.
Yeah.
And you know, when we've been successful before, it was one project focused on one thing. And maybe that's what we need to do, is just pick the one that you really think needs to happen. And
Well, that's what I say, I think we need to just get the list together, prioritize that list,
Yeah.
and go with it. Now there's Moreno's office, there's Taylor's office, I should probably need to submit to all three, Husted's, so.
So, yeah, we'll leverage every opportunity we have, but I think giving them the big picture, and here's the incremental parts that lead up to that big picture, they can appreciate a plan like that, better than keep coming back to them and nipping at the ankles
Yeah,
on
right,
individual projects.
right.
were you able to fund any of the projects that you asked money for last year?
I don't know.
No. They were pretty big, weren't they? Wasn't one of them,
One of them was
Cooks Hill?
the Cooks Hill, and then, of course, the service center.
no.
There was one other, I can't remember what it was now. Maybe it was just those two.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, we're gonna have to get with the auditor, with the treasurer, you, us, and just whoever else needs to be involved in these conversations, Brad naturally, Tim, but it's kind of put an idea together of how we're gonna swallow this elephant, how many bites is it gonna take, and where are they at. So, I'm looking forward to that. It's a big problem, it's a big challenge, but I think that we got a good team that can handle it incrementally, so it's palatable and doable, and we don't have projects overrunning other projects, and just, they can come apart in a hurry
Sure.
without that proper dance step, so.
It's coming up quick, so.
Yep, it is.
We're gonna put these packages together, and we'll meet back up soon. So that's one, that's gonna be important coming up. On the comprehensive plan, we're currently working through the healthy communities and agricultural sections. The economic development section is coming rapidly too. So within the next 2 weeks, we'll have those three sections in our possession at least, and then we can start reviewing it and making our own modifications to it. So that'll be our own internal review, and it's coming along quickly. So you'll be seeing draft documents coming your way soon, so, on those sections. We have Focus Area 1, Focus Area 2 local government meetings coming up next week, next Tuesday. That's going to be really key to focusing on the economic strategy when we're looking at these focus areas. It's really all about collaboration and meeting the needs of all of our local government stakeholders. So that'll be next week. That'll help inform some of the final strategies in the economic development end of this, the comprehensive plan. Of course, as you know, we submitted the resolution to Representative Mark Johnson on the excess state property in the State Route 104 and Pleasant Valley area. He indicated that he's working on the text of legislation, and he will try to get that to committee as soon as possible. And whether it gets through this session or next session is up in the air.
Yeah, rolling his National Cemetery idea with that because it's in the neighborhood.
Sure, absolutely. But that's really all I have. Nothing extraordinary, but
Okay, that's enough. Looks
Yep.
good. Keep you busy. Anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Questions? No?
No questions.
Keep up the good work.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Make us look good.
That's what, guys. Thank you very much, people. Appreciate it.
Make us look good.
have a good day.
Hey, you too.
Be safe out there.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just intrigued by it. Congratulations. Good idea.
Try to.
So when's your last day? Friday? I'll get over there and see you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Appreciate you.
That's what I'm saying. We can run two at a time.
He's interesting. We'll get with him and those guys.
Set of social media accounts.
I'm just making sure.
They attached it to the user, like for the longest time, is township trustee campaign. Of course, you were probably close or whatever. Or Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Because they tied it all to their phone number, their emails. Yeah.
What?
I was on the commission page.
Does that have to be?
I think you just take it down.
If it's an appointed position.
For the director or?
For director.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we just can everything that's out. Let's start fresh. Like I said, Jordan helped me with my campaign stuff on social media. He always does that stuff.
That, and I think Sarah may be able to do it too.
Who's Sarah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sarah may be able to do it too.
Well, and it's got something to do with, if you don't have the old passwords, call Angela, can't remember your passwords, call somebody, that's just.
Andy knows how to get rid of it.
It looks like
Yeah, it looks, yeah.
it was,
Because a couple people were complaining because they said, well, nobody's updated the things since Paul left. Yeah, it was just a generic page on it anyway.
yeah. Because we worked on it hard for about 6 months trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy, he can tell you.
You think yes? Okay. We might have.
He's already got the institutional knowledge.
Well, there's something
Yeah.
institutional in there.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's pretty well. It's interchangeable.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know what it's like to work for a private company.
That's what I said, what are you gonna do?
I've never worked for a private company in 36 years.
Yeah, that's what I said, what are you gonna do?
But I'll be in touch. I'll be available.
Yeah.
If you need calls,
Yeah.
I'll be able to take calls and things. I'll be off every Friday also, so it's a 4 10-hour day
That's what I do.
gig.
That's the way he did it, yeah.
So I
410.
can-
It's 410.
I have to.
Mhm.
What
Not
do I
that.
need?
So like
24 hours.
But it's wait, everything will happen on Friday, so
Yeah.
keep that pipe dream
After
alive.
4 on the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after 4 on the weekend.
All right, fellas.
I miss you, man.
See you later.
You did a good, great job.
You got a whole week left, man.
Shoes
He'll be up here all the
All right.
This is like the Paul McCartney farewell.
Sit in the chair, look out the window.
God love him, he's got a maid, doesn't he?
Every day, 3:30.
What are you ordering around about?
Tell him I said, hey.
Brad will be stick around for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can we go into executive session for a minute to talk about a future project that's not been released
Yes. I'll make a motion that we go to executive session.
I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
9:37 executive session.
yet? I know David's
Thank you.
What have we done now?
You have
Yeah, we're already in.
3 minutes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because I got business at 10:32.
Is this executive session?
No. Yeah, you give it to me upside down.
We figured you could read on your head.
Hey, did you notice that your scanner's in?
Yes, we gotta get together and see how we're gonna set it up.
Well, they're coming,
Motion
the guy's
to come out
coming
of
tomorrow to
executive
set it
session.
up.
Yeah, we're already, yeah.
I know, but we didn't motion it.
And yes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Gotta do things by the book, yes, sir?
Okay, we are one of the agencies that doesn't require fees for public records. And by law, we can. The sheriff's office is doing it, is not getting frivolous record requests because now these people have to pay for them. So the bloggers, we get all kinds of, Mike fills them out. He can
We're
take-
getting an average of 20 requests per week for body cams. And one of the main problems with the body cams is, say it's an hour-long body cam, you might as well say it's 2 man-hours, because that body cam has to be viewed and redacted for any personal information or anything like that. If something, high profile goes out, the body cams go up. And a lot of these requests are from these internet bloggers that they're just wanting to make money on them. So Chase came up with this policy for which by law allows us to charge a rate
For a public record request?
Yes.
Yes.
This is something that DeWine signed in.
It explains the cost.
A couple of years, just specifically to combat this problem.
Yeah, it allows the discretion of the sheriff, like if an actual victim or someone that has a necessity for it, that they can waive the cost. Like if the victim's coming in for a CPO and needs the quarter body cam, it can be waived. What this targets is, and in talking to Matt Large over there, who does the bulk of the review on these, this is eating up probably his entire week. In a given week, he said like Preston said, 20 to 30 requests is an average week for what they're getting. What this does is, for your major media outlets, they're not going to bat an eye at this. It allows for $75 an hour up to a maximum of $750 payable up front before the copy's made, which is provided by statute. Something that came through end of last summer and was ratified last fall. It allows to kind of filter some of that out, because a lot of these requests that they're getting is exactly what they explained. These guys have YouTube channels where they basically, it's just live PD. It's just body cam after body cam after body cam. It allows them to monetize basically the efforts of the sheriff's department. So what this is allowing us to comply with the statute, but also discourage some of these more frivolous ones, because if they get a bill that says it'll be $550, the likelihood of them following through with an actual request is pretty minimal. But it still allows for transparency where there's people that actually need it. It can be waived, and other ways we can take care of it.
And I met with Jeff Lerner and Jerry Urick about the account. When we get a check for this, will be put into the account, and that'll build up. So again, what they're doing, they're putting these on there, and then they want people to view their sites. And what they're asking for is every resisting arrest. And we just got one, every resisting arrest from 2017 to 2025. Talk about broad. I mean, look at all you have to go through for that. I mean, that's 8 years, of going through just all your reports to see your resisting arrest reports. And what they do, they put that on their site, so people will go on their site and look, and they get money for that. So if they're gonna make money, I think we should charge them. And that'll stop a lot of that frivolous stuff, because they don't wanna pay for it. The other officers that's already done this through the BSSA, they're not getting these like we are, but they're looking for every agency that doesn't have a money attached to it, a cost attached to it, and that's the ones they're hammering.
No, I like it, because I totally get how time consuming that can be, just a waste of time and all.
Well, it takes us from our job. It really takes us from our job.
When did they change this? Because I know before you couldn't charge anybody for a public records.
November.
And it was just getting overburdensome, that's why they did that. I mean, that's what DeWine came up with.
That's why when you called me and I said, no, George, you gotta give it to them because it's public, you can't charge them.
No.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
now right in the public record statute. It's the section B. It added an entire section to it.
It's now with AI involved, you give them a little fodder material to start with, they can clip
blow it
and
up.
all that till it says something entirely different to what actually happened.
Is that just for the sheriff's department, or is that for others too?
That's any law enforcement.
Any law
agency.
enforcement.
So-
Law enforcement. Okay.
Yeah, or and now there was a change to it even after it passed. The prosecutor's office can actually do it as well, but we really don't see the volume of public records that law enforcement does. We get a handful a month, whereas they get what we get in a month, they get on a Monday morning.
Well, I see a lot of them because they come here and I send them the mic. I don't see them all like he does, but you'd be surprised how many departments actually get those daggone things.
Yeah, we get them here.
Yep.
So you're gonna adopt this public records policy?
It has to go before the board you're on, right? That's the way I think it has to do, is Kathy?
That's the attorney behind you.
Are you talking about the
Public
records retention policy, records retention board?
Yeah.
No,
The
this
ones
is
that
public
does-
records request.
Yeah, this wouldn't go for retention, but because it deals with a monetary amount, it would have to go at least for approval in front of the commissioners. That's why we're here.
Yeah, say the commissioners, not the public records board.
It's through the commissioner's office.
Yeah, because you're gonna adopt the policy.
What'd you say, Kathy?
Because it doesn't deal with.
So the one that
retention.
does the record retention,
Records
The-
retention
Retention.
board.
but it doesn't have to go through that,
No.
just through the commissioner's office?
So I said, I didn't think so either.
Okay.
Yeah, because every office still is gonna have a records retention policy.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with that. They still have to hold on to.
Hold on to their
stuff they
records
have.
as long as the timeline.
Right.
But you just need our approval for this.
Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 I was wondering, because, you know, Kathy was looking for, we used to have a paper on the wall that was back from 1989, I think.
When I called Kathy.
About,
Hold on a
you know,
second.
records, not records retention, but making copies for
Right.
people. I mean, I don't know what the county should set a policy for that too, but I don't think you can charge anymore, can you? Oh, you can?
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, no, it's nominal.
Right.
The most you're gonna see.
5 cents per page.
Yeah, 5 to 10 cents
Is that
per
what it is?
page.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's always been now,
Yeah.
because that's what it was.
So
back
you'll
then.
set another policy on the cost?
It's included in that. What it is it'll be calculated based on man hours. So if it's a body cam, whatever it costs, what Matt's salary is,
Right.
multiplied by however many hours it takes him.
Okay.
And then plus $1.10 for the CD or $5 for the thumb drive, whatever it is.
Okay.
Here's
Sounds
my
good.
Signed copy with you, okay?
Okay,
If you need that.
thank you.
Yeah. Snow tomorrow.
Huh?
Well, snow tomorrow.
Did you see Huntington had another bomb scare for more than 5?
Well, that's, Dogwood coming and.
Do what?
About, they closed the school?
Yeah.
That's twice this morning, right?
Well,
They had one while you guys were there?
For the bomb, they had another one, I heard.
yeah.
So
we're
they had
working
they had
on
sent
it.
me a message
Did you
about.
catch the last one?
No,
No?
See, people were just talking to make it more interesting.
no,
Yeah.
no. It was just the original initial at 5, little after 5 this morning.
Same one that did it 2 weeks ago?
It's looking that way, yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks,
Well, I haven't
guys.
got an email says that no, I got the basketball game.
Sheriff, have a good day.
Well, maybe so, cause I just got.
So are we gonna meet with what we're putting at, or we just
Take that
decide
back.
what we're putting up?
Well, I wanted to get it set up, running right first, and then you guys can
We
figure out
scheduled
how
school
you want to
today,
move it
but the
around. I don't
game
care.
is
Okay.
still.
I'll come down,
Alright,
I
let's
think
get
he
some-
said
let's get
8:30,
some work
8:30 or
done
9, he's
Okay.
coming. I'll let them know
Bills for the
downstairs.
week,
Okay.
$795,769.81. $277,140 Planning Commission, $262,130. Engineer, $97,900 for salt and equipment.
Yeah.
And then we had
Morning.
67,000, 67,000 for the law enforcement.
So moved.
I'll second that, all in favor, say aye.
before, Joe?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
I'm usually copied on like Paulus Woodson stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Then
It's
a
been a
now
while.
analysis,
Yeah.
$26,173.47.
That's what I said, Linda?
Glenda.
Okay, that's what I said.
So moved. Second?
Yeah, how
All in
many
favor,
years?
say aye.
30.
Paula had 32.
Okay.
Yeah, she, yeah,
Transfer, Park District.
took me about 30, so.
Okay.
To supplement board
Yeah.
salary paid to Aaron Stanley of $26,000.
So how many more are you gonna go?
So moved. Second, all in favor,
A
say
little bit
aye.
more, I think. You know, I've got at least 2 more, but
Okay.
does that have to be 55 with 32, so
Yeah,
about the
they
same time.
changed it up.
Yeah.
I remember.
Transfer funds for the Ross County EMA from equipment to salaries, $4,286.
He probably, Randy Cochran probably.
Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like in his 40s when I was getting started, and I was like, he's like, I'm retiring next year. I'm like, what?
There are a lot of people in their 40s that would get a buyout.
Yeah.
You know.
Appropriation from the Sheriff's Office, place funds as accounts that ended in 2025 of $13,127.96. So moved. Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
All of it.
Didn't take you too long to check,
This
honestly.
is all different for me, man. The last time I saw
Coming in
it-
the front door there?
Yeah. I was like, I saw the stair thing down there. Was that there last time I was here?
The lift?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been there a
That's it?
while.
Okay, okay.
It's been there since Steve Neal was here.
It looks like a little mini roller coaster.
It's pretty slow though, it's not much fun.
Mine loosely.
You want to shave it? You get ready to grow one out?
I'll go back and forth.
I like my muscles.
Anyone that
Jack was gonna try it and the wife said no. Mine's just too
Appropriation
gray, I
of
won't
funds,
do it
plan of ACGP grant of $276,563.62. So moved.
Straight one.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. How's the construction going for you?
Good, good. They've had like 2 little water breaks. Friday,
Appropriation
Monday
from Ross County
where they're taking the
EMA, this
bathrooms
is
out
de-appropriate
upstairs.
funds not
But
needed.
I'd let everybody know
For the project,
when the water, you know,
$33,000.
I'll go check with them
So
because,
moved.
yeah,
Second, all in favor,
the
say
water's
aye.
off, so
Aye.
we'll let everybody know and the buildings and B&B, like, hey, it'll be probably an hour because they just broke as they were ripping things out, so.
Appropriations for
Yeah, it's going
the
good.
Commissioners of One Ohio,
That too, because of.
opiated funds, $40,000 for the partnership project. So moved.
Yeah,
Second,
we
all in
had-
favor, say aye.
Yeah, we shut down a little bit early that day just because they had to get some.
It was gonna be a while.
Yeah. But these 2, the valves were
Well, I should've probably
just had
stayed
in the
in there.
bathrooms, and so we got
I'm on board.
cap off for them. Yeah, but other
You're
than that, they've
good.
been,
Should we bring this back?
Pretty good.
next week?
Pretty good,
Do it
so-
in front of
I guess they
David.
were cussing.
Let's do that.
yeah.
Somebody heard him cuss.
Just wanted in the photo here.
Shut up.
We put a post note on there.
Contractors.
They were doing drywall, I think, today.
Yeah.
They were
Are
upstairs.
you adding on or?
Sign
They're
it.
remodeling the common area.
Well, that's okay, you can abstain.
Okay.
That'll catch up with us in a few
I just
years.
voted to-
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
But
the
you can
conference
abstain.
rooms, I don't know if you've been in the service center.
And I can
It's
vote
been
to
a long
find
time. I
them.
So-
finally recognize
We
it.
don't
We have a, like,
we don't have
if you walk in, you
Never
know,
mind.
there's different county offices, and we're in about 2/3 of the building, but there's 4 conference rooms, that could be 2 large ones or 1 large one that is getting remodeled, because it's been, what, 20, almost 30
At
years?
least, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Everything in there is old.
Yeah.
I mean, other than their offices, we did their offices with.
less than 10.
I was gonna say, this wasn't too long ago, because we did that whole model drop.
Yeah.
Well, we've moved up there from 2nd Street. and,
Yeah.
So the whole building on our side's been remodeled in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing had been done in the common areas and it was starting. They had a food distribution site in there at one time in the lobby for, I don't know what they call it.
Hope Clinic.
Hope Clinic. So when they bring the raw food, like vegetables and stuff down on these big crates, they were using those little hand carts to put them inside, and they just spun, they tore up the walls, they tore up. One of the commissioners was big into that, so I kept telling him, finally we got him to move out.
Yeah, the floors, you know,
Yeah.
it was time, so they've started in the middle section, so they, you know, pieces, I
I
think.
actually want to give you like some field notes that I have and a schedule.
Yeah, just.
Asset
yeah.
disposal form for the DB changing table. Damage beyond repair.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Been a while since you've done any changing table work, I'd say.
It's been a while. Sometimes we need it over here. We have a ACGP architect agreement for Serpent Mound project. No expense to us. Just moves the funds around $14,250 added to that for architectural work.
So the
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then Bainbridge Water Project, line, or the water line replacement. Allocation of funds. Payment due of $711,080.97. By grant funding.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. That's really just moved money from that one project to another because the project didn't get done.
Thank you from the Chillicothe Ross Community Foundation for generous support with the Christmas Hope Holiday Pop Spectacular.
I didn't get to hear you
So
say.
you did go.
I didn't get to hear you sing, I'm sorry.
Probably a good thing.
What did you sing last year?
Well,
I didn't hear you, I just seen you moving your
I'm moving my lips. I was mellowing the only.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the defender and. All right. 10:25, we're gonna wait for any press to come in. Usually doesn't, but we have to keep to the time schedule.
No worries.
We do a resolution. Tom, was there anything else you needed up there?
Okay.
No, I just thought we'd pop that up.
You wanna
in
take
case
your
we
own-
wanted to refer to
Well,
it.
no, because I can't get hold of Adrian because I don't know.
Oh, okay, perfect.
She no longer works at the library.
Did you want her to come in to do that, sign it in front of her?
I'm Glenda.
Nice
Nice
to
meeting
We
you.
need to get hold of
Oh,
her.
this position.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it next
Stick around for
month.
30
She's gonna be your new best friend.
Well, I hope so.
She took over for Paul.
Yeah, that's what she did. Yeah. And we've had a couple of meetings back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
And I didn't make
So we'll put this in the stack to recycle next week.
Okay, I just
Okay.
threw it up there just in case we wanted to look into it. I didn't know how deep into the weeds we could get.
How long have you been with Maximus?
It's going on 27 years.
So you were was Griffith? before?
David M. Griffith.
Yeah, that's who I remember.
I was on in the last year before Maximus took over.
Okay.
We went through a 3-year phase in the buyout, so I was on year 1 of that. So we went to DMG, Maximus, and
Yeah,
eventually
right.
to Maximus.
So it was Griffith when I first started.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people left in the company that has a 4-digit employee number.
Oh.
We're like over 30-some thousand
Oh, yeah,
employees
yeah.
now. We're a $3.5 billion company that
Yeah,
just
you're worldwide.
exploded. Yeah, we're worldwide. We've got offices all over the globe now, so I'm just a small fish in a very big pond.
Linda, have you seen that man of yours? Had to been out pushing snow for days,
Well,
right?
unfortunately, I was the co-pilot
Oh,
on a
you
couple
were.
of days. No,
The salt girl, huh?
Yeah, he wants me to go. I like them to have writers, so
Yeah.
he wants me to go until I get out there and go, can I get something to drink? Can I stop for a bathroom? Why are we doing it this way? Why are we doing it that way? Then he thinks twice about taking me. But yeah, then we're getting more tomorrow, and then Friday, and then possibly next week.
Yeah. It's gonna go out kicking and screaming, I think.
Golly. Yeah, I'm done.
I hope somebody shot that groundhog today.
Well, Buckeye Chuck didn't see a shadow,
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm with the Buckeye.
but they said whatever his name is,
Hucks and Tony Phil.
yeah, he's gonna see a shadow because it was sunny.
He's
It's out there
wrong.
in Pennsylvania.
He's only about 38% of the time.
Yeah.
He's more wrong than
I don't know if
right.
Buckeye Chuck's any better either.
I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm done with it.
That's it, 'cause I seen something on
The-
Facebook, has a
the
little
snow
girl that
wouldn't-
holding the groundhog up and says, if you lie this time, we'll trade you in for a squirrel.
I don't mind the snow, it's just when it's 5 below.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it's just too much.
it's gonna be a balmy 30 this week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be out in shorts and.
Yeah.
Feels sad when that feels warm.
Yeah, I think we're staying.
Somebody told me the iguanas are falling out of the trees in Florida.
That's what I heard,
Yeah.
they're finding them froze.
They are. My son's down there now,
I
and
didn't
he just
realize
got,
that.
they went on a cruise this weekend, Bahamas.
Uh-huh.
He said it was like 50 degrees down there.
In the Bahamas?
Yeah, it was
Oh my
unseasonably
God.
cold because of that bomb cyclone
Yeah.
that came through. So they ended up having to detour down to like the waters in Cuba. And they just circled around for 3 days and didn't stop anywhere because none of the stops they would love to do because of the weather. So yeah, all the iguanas in Miami are falling
Yeah,
out of
falling
trees.
out of the tree. That's what I heard.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I get to, we'll see, that's why I
My
said-
buddy who lives in Tampa,
Okay.
down Clearwater, sent me
I'm sure
a
that.
photograph of his
The,
bird bath,
Irene
it's
Jaws.
frozen.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's got ice on it.
Yeah, they don't know how to handle that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because there's that door in there, in the hallway now. We can have something like this.
It's fine. Okay. I'll just stand out wherever you want me to stand. I'll just stand and direct forward and
Because
back.
the side, that side door is right there beside
I
that.
know. Angie was worried about like letting people in the security.
Yeah, but it's gonna be your direct way.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's, I didn't, once we get maybe further.
So Jack, did you decide that you just were bored and come back into service? I mean, I remember you from the mayor's office. Do you remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
Make sure he's okay.
Yeah, and, doing it one and done. My
Yeah.
term's up at the end of this year. and
Turn something on.
Okay,
that's it.
okay,
So I've
gotcha.
done as much damage as I can possibly do.
You've been on both sides of the coin now, so.
Yeah. So,
How many years were you over at the mayor's office?
4.
Okay.
Yeah, it brings a proper perspective to county and city relationships.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Because I
sure.
had to see it on both.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. We feel as strong city, strong county, strong county, strong city.
Oh, yeah, it's actually been
Run
enjoyable to
with
watch
tandem.
the growth down here over the years.
We just had a good opportunity to help them with funding for Appalachian Community Grants for the Octangie Park that was part of their
Yeah.
comprehensive plan they did 3 years ago.
Okay.
And looking for ways to fund that, we could help them out with that,
Oh,
so
that's outstanding, yeah.
it's gonna be amazing down at the park.
Yeah, I've seen.
Takes
some
care of
really
some things that
nice-
guy thought up.
Yeah.
Parks Director.
Excellent.
So we have both, got the perspective here.
Okay.
We're both old city guys. I was
Okay, you were in Parks?
Parks director for almost 20 years.
Oh, no kidding, I didn't realize that, okay. Wow.
Kathy, she was
Kathy
Kathy was
Kathy
there.
was
Were you?
there.
Okay, okay.
But he's
Yeah.
kind of the odd man out.
I'm the odd guy out.
Hey,
City cop.
I'm city cop, I forgot about that.
We just need one more and we got a basketball
I
team.
was gonna say, we're all swimming in the same pond, generally speaking, then.
All right, well, I got 10:32 now.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and start if you like. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tom Hollett. I'm with Maximus. We prepare this document for you annually, every year. We've had a relationship with the county probably going on 30-plus years now. I also do work for the city. I do a cost plan for the city over there. I started back when Jack was mayor. Let's see, I'm trying to think, it was Bill in the auditor's office over there, Bill Morrison. We did the plan over there for different reasons. Over there, we were using the cost plan to help them establish rates for the enterprise funds, primarily sewer and water. Here in the county, we are doing a plan. It's the same kind of a principle, but the idea here is it's a vehicle for you folks to recover indirect cost back to the general fund for the support that basically the general fund is providing throughout the county at large, if you will. The rules are governed by what used to be called A87, and it's now 2 CFR 200, Code of Federal Regulations. And basically, the commissioners, as you well know or may know, you have governing authority or statutory authority to bill certain entities for the recovery of those indirect costs back to the general fund. And that varies, by department or agency within the county. And I brought with me, this is kind of an unofficial document I'll share with you, so you have a copy of it. These are some statutory references that you can refer to where your authority comes from. Kathy, and I should one with JFS here. You guys might have seen that, and Brad, I'll let you have one too here. And again, this is an unofficial list. It's probably dated. We always recommend that you refer to your county prosecutor for specific guidance on any of that stuff, because we are not attorneys and therefore we do not practice law without a license. So do keep that in mind. But generally speaking, there's a lot of things that you already have in your possession or on your bookshelf, like these administrative service manuals, things like that, where you can get those references from. But what I do is I come down every year, and I typically will work through the commissioner's office. Brad's usually my main point of contact outside of the auditor's office. The auditor will provide me with the expenditure files, the payroll files. I will take that information, I do some data extraction, software manipulation with it, and that helps me put together this plan here. And I'm going to switch it to a page that probably is of most interest to you. There is a table of contents in here, and there are some preceding reports known as summary data at the top. Most of the time, my elected officials are primarily interested in that Schedule A number, because that's the number that's the revenue source for you folks, and it sums all the costs up. Having said that, though, if you ever were interested in how some of those costs were derived, the report does have the level of detail that kind of drills down into the weeds a little bit for you. And then if you needed to go further than that, I have all the work papers. We keep those for 6 years. I can dig even further and tell you where those things come from.
So if the 143 pages doesn't win our whistle, we can come to you.
You can come to me anytime you. And a lot of times that's what you folks prefer to do is, hey Tom, where is this coming from? What is this charge? Because it's not always really readily apparent in here, even though the number is in here. There is a section here that kind of goes through the detail of the methodology. I'm not going to bore you with that, but if you are lacking in something to put you to sleep at night, go ahead and read through that, and that'll probably knock you right out.
Tom,
But this
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So the commissioners or the county has the ability to bill these folks.
Yes.
Does that happen here?
Some of them. Now, you guys have evolved over the years, so I don't know exactly who all you're billing. I'm sure you're billing JFS. I'm sure they would tell me if you're
So
not.
does that bill come from the auditor's office
For indirect.
for indirect cost?
So that pays our part of the lease cost, the utilities, that's how we determine that, so.
We
Well,
base
we
it
pay-
off of this.
Because I've never seen that, so I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
base
that.
that amount off of this plan.
Right.
That's what we pay back.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a memo bill from, I mean, it may have come from me at some point, but trickled down through. I used to create, not all of you folks, not all the counties use them. We generated what we called courtesy memo bills, where we would take these Schedule A numbers and put together a little cover letter. And for JFS, we would typically break that down to a monthly cost as well as that annual number that you see up there. I don't know that you guys have done that here
I don't think so,
historically,
no.
because I think Tom had kind of run
We
it
just
through
take
his
that
office.
sheet, calculate it for the
Yeah, and that's fine. It's
Cells and
So
essentially,
you just do a monthly bill then?
back.
yeah.
So who's the biggest winner there? I mean, do you guys pay the most of?
Oh,
yeah.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you-
by and large, JFS
Yeah.
pays the
That's what I
largest
thought.
share of the indirect cost.
So who's second there? I can't see that.
That will depend on, here, let me blow that up a little bit for you. That will depend on the departments. In some counties, that might be like the sanitary engineer, for example, might be paying a larger chunk of that
I
cost.
see.
And again, the commissioners don't have statutory authority to bill everybody. If you look across the top there, those bold-faced departments like CSEA, PA Shared, those are the various departments within the county, what we call grantee departments. So those are the folks that are picking up cost, and they are potentially the people you're going to bill. The departments that are on the left are the central service departments, building capital and so forth, going down through there. While those departments do incur indirect cost, you don't bill them because that's like the general fund paying itself.
Right.
And so basically what we're doing here is we're showing you these are the contributors to how these costs are being derived, and then we're bucketing them for these various departments across the top there. So if you were to go across there and look at all those JFS divisions, for example, this year, this is the draft of the current year 2024 plan for use in 2026, so this will start billing once it's finally approved here. And you're going to have roughly about $273,000 across all the JFS divisions. But the largest chunk of that, as you can see right there, is that $205,000 from PA Shared. And that's not uncommon. Typically in most counties, PA Shared is the lion's share of the indirect costs within the JFS divisions. Okay? Some of them will differ a little bit. You might see some have a significant chunk in social services, but that's just going to vary by county. Okay. Now I'll go through a couple more pages here, just to show you. If you've got some departments like Roatan, that's going to drop out. I keep those in for about 2 or 3 years. Usually, I wait to make sure that there's no carryover activity or anything like that before I drop them completely out. Courts are combined, but you've got things in here like the Board of Elections. That might be useful if you have, for example, any kind of special elections. Sometimes you can recover the special elections cost. Now, we don't typically do election board cost plans, but if that's something the county was ever interested in pursuing, I can put you in contact with somebody I know that does do that kind of work for you. And that's not a common type of thing, but just another example of a mechanism. County engineers sometimes comes up in commissioners' offices because they want to know, hey, can we get a chunk of that revenue, that they're basically incurring on the general fund? The short answer is no, you can't by statute. However, some counties do have a gentleman's agreement with their engineers department, and they may recover either all of that, possibly in some rare cases, or they may recover a portion of it, like the property and fleet insurance. The engineer might say, hey, yeah, I'll cover my share of that insurance, and they'll pay that portion of it. So again, we do this for all the departments throughout the county here. Mental health gets a fair chunk. There might be opportunities there for some recovery depending on what you might find out with your prosecutor. And you'll see MVGT, I want to point that out because I have 2 county engineer departments. I have the one that we just looked at a moment ago, that's basically kind of like the general fund portion tax department. This would be more like the engineers' highway funds, if you will.
Motor vehicle tax.
Yeah, motor vehicle gas tax, exactly. Soil and water sometimes picks up a little cost recovery there, depending on what you're doing at your individual counties. It's usually not a huge chunk of money. Clerk title is usually ineligible. Sometimes your DD boards or health boards, depending on whether or not you have special purpose levies that allow for that. Block grants, usually there's some recovery opportunities there. Sometimes the DTAC, although again, the DTAC stuff is a small dollar kind of stuff. So in your case, it's only a couple $100, so it may not even be worth pursuing. Another one might be like sometimes law libraries get some recuperation, and the co-op extension office because of the grant funds you're providing there. So can you click remind me later on that there, Greg?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in general, everything that I do is kind of the goal of quantifying and summarizing for this report for you. Not that you can't look at the whole thing and use it, but this is basically your kind of summary document for, okay, what kind of revenue are we looking at for indirect cost reimbursement back this year. So in this case, like I said, this is a 24 plan, so it was based on 24 expenses. It's going to be used in this calendar year 2026 in terms of recovery. And the reason we do that is because you have to base this kind of stuff on a prior year full expense picture, not the year that you're currently in because it's not complete yet, for example. And we have a 2-year lag, and that part of that is there's a recovery process for JFS, for example. Get back to their divisions. We typically only do this with JFS, but JFS has a roll forward adjustment here, as you can see. And that line down here where you see a negative, you see some positives. What happens there is with JFS divisions, we'll look at the year that we were out projecting for 24, and we'll compare the actual 24 to it, and then the over-under allowances are basically compensated for in that roll forward adjustment. So JFS is effectively made whole. Okay. So in general, that's kind of what the cost plan is doing for you at a top level. There's some other things you can use it for. For example, if you guys have rental agreements in place. I know we have a JFS arrangement here, and what we're doing here is at a very top level. I'm always happy to go into more detail later if you want to. We take the indirect cost, we quantify that. Glenda's predecessor, Paula, we worked together several years ago when you guys did that renovation over there, and they kind of got that all quantified. They gave me some labor costs for the maintenance staff. We got some space information. We've got some utility information. I'm pulling all that information together, and JFS is getting a credit for things that they pay for directly throughout the year. And then the indirect costs and anything that they don't pay for basically is what's trickling through here, and ultimately you guys are recovering back. So again, it's a process where they're kind of made whole. We're trying to take into account all of the appropriate checks and balances, if you will.
Does that have any impact when we're the tenant in a private building?
You are picking up indirect costs in a private building, yes. But again, depending on the arrangement, it could, deviate a little bit from the norm, depending on what you're recovering versus what you're not recovering. For example, you guys have the prosecutor in a different building, right? This privately.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we do. It's in a building.
Juvenile court.
Juvenile court's in a private building that we don't own.
Okay.
I just wondered about like the state agencies that we have and the federal agencies that we have.
Now, we typically don't dive down for all of those. We can, but what happens is some of that stuff, there's no real value to capturing it other than adding more detail here that you may not be interested in seeing. So
we thought the federal government has plenty of money, so we'd like to get a little more.
Yeah, now certainly, we can identify if it's a recovery mechanism for you, and I'm not aware of it. You do need to let me know that.
Well,
so
they're renters. They're renters just like these guys are too. In the same building.
Right, and you probably have some departments throughout here where we are picking up space for that are leasing space, but you maybe aren't just recovering it.
Okay.
So again, just let me know, and if it's something specific we need to look at, we can do that. Because I know we are picking up the space cost for the prosecutor, and we're rolling that out as part of the central service cost that's being picked up from all the other constituent grantee departments.
I'll put a little something together about the other leases and stuff that we have and send it to you.
Yeah, and I do Franklin County, and I get a lot of lease documentation from them. We account for the space, but whether they're recovering for it, I don't always know, because they kind of do what they want to do when it gets to them at this level here. So to that point, though, you can use this document if you were going to say come up with another department that they wanted to do some kind of a lease arrangement with you folks on the board here. You could draft up a document through your prosecutor's office, and you could use the cost plan as a vehicle for establishing that rate. In this case, like with JFS, for example, what we're doing here is we're taking things like the building capital cost, the property insurance, the building maintenance cost. There's only like 3 or 4 schedules in the plan where you have space-related costs, and those are based on a square footage breakdown in the detail here, and then we can accumulate those all together to come up with a unit rate per square foot that you could then put into your rental agreement and draft that out. So that's always an option. Some other departments might be using this beyond your knowledge, and even my knowledge. For example, there might be somebody over at the courts that pulls this out once a year for some kind of grant application, because maybe they have to put in their indirect costs in that grant application, and they might refer to this document to do that. So that's kind of at a top level what we're doing for you. Did you have specific questions that you guys had beyond, hey, who is Tom and who is Maximus and why are we paying these guys?
I don't think so.
The nice thing about this is it's been a relationship for Maximus, and prior to that, because Jody and I were talking to DMG when I came on board. It was David and Griffin Associates about 20-some years ago, and they had built a relationship where obviously it was a win-win, where they could provide a service, make some money on, but the county got some money back, and the fee that they were being charged was rolled into the process. So that's the other thing. Everything we do for you, whether it is a cost plan or a 4D contract or a 4E contract, those fees are recoverable fees, and they get rolled into the calculation, so that you recover some of those funds back. So I think you guys are probably doing your contracts internally.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, did you guys have any questions, or is everything? I know we've massaged the JFS stuff quite a bit over the last 3 or 4 years, and Paula and I have kind of fine-tuned it. So I think we've got everything covered as far as I'm aware. Like, for example, you're not included in some of the audit allocation stuff because you're outside that group.
We get audited numbers. So,
yeah, so things like that. So
we'll be changing in a few years when the service center remodel gets completed for that common area we're talking about. So we'll see that happen.
Right. So yeah. See, a lot of variables here. There's, there's salaries, there's fringe, there's square footage numbers, there's direct costs that I take into account. But the bottom line is anything that the general fund is supporting is potentially an eligible quantity for me to be aware of and bring into this mix potentially, because it will benefit potentially the county at large, if you will. So. Was that helpful?
That was helpful.
Yes. Okay, great. Did you have anything else, or?
No, that's exactly what I thought we would be doing.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thanks.
Excellent. Absolutely. You want me to close this out?
I almost know as much as Brendan now.
Scary though.
That's, when you guys are ready, I'll finalize the draft you got there. Did you guys have, are you good with those numbers? Or
Yes.
Okay.
I think everybody's good
Thank you,
with
guys.
those numbers. So
Absolutely.
So the second, all fair say aye.
Yeah. I'll get that final. We'll get something.
All right, you hold on.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you. Take care. You look like you're about ready to fall asleep over there.
She's got a cozy spot, dark corner,
Yeah,
warm in
exactly,
here.
Sundays we have first grade and fifth grade basketball game. We gotta sit through it's from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, the game's in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Can't wait for it.
The mini ball.
Tom, it's nice seeing you again, buddy.
You too, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I've been coming down here for over 20 years now. I kind of,
Well, yeah, I'm charging you rent.
Yeah, you might have to.
We'll roll you into that plan
I kept
there.
the coffee shop in business pretty good next to your office at the city for a while there.
Oh,
still over there.
Paper City?
Yeah, it's a couple doors down.
Yeah,
it's
still there.
Yeah, is it still there? Good.
It's still there.
Is the barbecue place still down here? Is it the Canal?
With the old canal,
Yeah,
old
okay.
smokehouse.
Yeah.
We got a few more new restaurants downtown. It's really kind of expanded out, but
Yeah.
little Italian, little
Thanks.
breakfast nook kind of thing.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, I always like to check out the local eateries when I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate your time.
Thank
If you
you.
need anything, give me a call.
See you later.
Absolutely. Thanks. See you.
Mark, how we doing today?
Good weather for an Eskimo. It's supposed to be warm today, though.
It's supposed to warm up.
Yeah.
Above 20 today.
Yeah.
That's a warming trend there.
Oh, absolutely.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good, good.
We're waiting for the judges.
Okay. Hey. Brad, we got 8 minutes. You got anything?
I got a bunch of stuff. I'll start with the
Service Center project here.
They done?
They just broke a water line upstairs and had to shut the water off the building.
Here?
No, Service Center.
I'm looking way for dropping water. I'm gonna die.
Should have brought an umbrella.
Here's a schedule for that project too, so you know.
Said it was 42 degrees.
So was this the result of work being done?
Yeah. There you go. So they're demoing that bathroom upstairs too. And apparently when they pulled one of those pipes to get the toilet out, the urinal out, broke the line off. So they'll cap it off. It won't be off long. So we get that field report every time he's down.
Okay.
We usually meet with him too and just walk through and look at everything. And that kind of gives you an idea what it looks like inside the roped off area.
The world revolves around camp truck.
That's it.
Maybe in my office, I have a huge key box.
626.
I don't know if you've heard or not, but we got these letters from the Ross County Water Department last week. They're gonna start requiring backflow preventers on all of our buildings in the county, airport, fairgrounds, all that stuff, so. And then they have to be tested every year. We're already doing that in the city. They've never done it in the county before. Now we're gonna have to.
So they don't flush like through their water.
Right, so we're gonna have to install backflow preventers everywhere that we don't have them, where we're tied into their stuff. And have them inspected once a year.
Can you make me a copy of that letter? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, well, actually, you can have that one because I got another one. I've got this contract for right of entry onto Mr. Weingartner's property for the sewer project. We don't have his easement yet. We're waiting on his brother to sign it in Florida, but if you would sign this gives us the right to start working on his property before we get his easement. He's already signed it.
So moved.
Second, all fair side.
Yeah, because that's the only thing we're waiting on is him, and we gave him what he wanted. It wasn't like he wanted to say.
We have all the other
25.
easements, we just didn't have this one because his family's spread out.
Yeah.
And they can't, even if his brother signs it in Florida, it has to be the original, so they have to wait. They send it down to him, he has to sign it, and they have to send it back.
And it's not like that he wanted 25.
No, he just wanted his three for
Just
his,
wanted three.
one for each of his two kids and his house.
Because I was thinking that he was gonna put something out there, that's what he wanted.
Thank you, sir. This is the first pay application draw for the service center work. Your signature is down there.
It's for $84,065.44.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well, they got everything, we got 3 units, our server one day. Waiting on gas regulator and carriers.
That's all I've got for now.
Okay.
Mr. Weaver.
How you been?
Better not deserve.
Morning.
Morning.
Great.
Busy?
The judge is coming?
Yes, yeah, I was just checking to make sure nothing had changed. I had told them 11.
I think I hear him beeping. All rise. Oh, wait, you don't.
Sounds good to me.
I'm just practicing for my next job.
They get you warmed up back there?
Not really.
No.
Plenty of heat up here, I noticed.
You didn't want
Not so in the judge's
We don't
chambers.
have any heat, it's just the heat rises. So that's what I got.
And he's in here talking.
I was gonna say the same thing.
It's cold down there, Brad.
I know. You got 2 units out on the roof. They've been working on their, one is a gas valve, they're trying to get it. It's a solenoid gas valve. And it's like stuck half open. So it's getting gas, but it's only half the burners are working on the one, and then the other one, they've been working on this board all morning, they can't get it fixed, I don't know.
That's why I close my door so that I can keep all the heat for myself.
There you go. It's warmer on your side than it is on the other, because that same unit that's out is the one that feeds that lobby. And we had 2 or 3 heaters in there on Friday because that's when it went out. And but people are paying taxes, so they open those big old doors, and every time they open it, you know, for 10 seconds, all that 5-degree air comes in there.
I guess that's what I came in this morning, the deputies complaining, said, well, we need some heat in here, it was 38 degrees in there. I said, okay, put a coat on, you'll be okay.
They've been wearing coats and earmuffs.
You'll be okay.
Speaking. Get one of those Walmart heater blowers out there.
You can't find a heater in town now.
Yeah, you can't find a heater.
There ain't one anywhere. You got 99-degree heat coming out of your doors. They just got it fixed.
Good.
Is it just working hard? Yeah. Got that license plate one moving? Waiting on hearing. Waiting on the hearing.
Hey Jeff, do you know if Mike and Matt are up to speed on this, that we can get started on time here? Or?
Yes, I believe they are up to speed. In fact, they're advocating. They and Jared are advocating.
Okay. I don't want to penalize those that are on time here. We'll go ahead and get started here, guys. I'm assuming that Matt and Mike are up to speed on where we're at on this.
Just finished with the 10:30 arraignment, so he is.
Okay,
on his
we won't
way.
wait on him because you're here, because you run the things anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We understand. So whoever's up first.
Deanna, go ahead.
Oh.
Deanna, you're the greatest.
Oh my.
So good of you to volunteer.
Commissioners, we're here today because the court and the clerk's office have been interested in better phone service. The judge.
Judge.
No.
Oh, there you go.
They asked if we could go ahead and start, Judge, and I was
Yeah,
just
please.
explaining that we had been looking into other options for our phone service. Not extremely satisfied with the service we had and being able to get repairs made, being able to just get the needs of the court and the clerk's office addressed. And we checked into the VoIP system. I understand the county maybe had also done some checking into VoIP. We met with one of the local companies and also with Gordon Flesh, who provides the VoIP services. We're very happy with the service they provide to us already for our copiers. They've been doing that for years. And so we have, after looking at the different options, we would like to go with Gordon Flesh for our phone VoIP service. But at this point, the county covers all of our phone costs. And as part of, I believe, the county's plan with Glow Fiber, it used to be Horizon. So we wanted to come to you and present this switch and the option to leave Glow Fiber and instead go over to the VoIP system through Gordon Flesh. The representatives are here today. They provided us with some price quotes and just wanted to get your input on that today. And I have, at least for the courts, been able to check with Brad's assistance, who was able to get me pointed in the right direction for the costs that are currently being incurred. And at this point, the cost that we're paying on average per month for the court lines is going to be less than the monthly average that we would pay through Gordon Flesh for the VoIP phones. There is an upfront cost that could be spread over multiple months. The contract would be, that's proposed, is for 36 months. So we could either pay that upfront over the 36 months, or it could be paid at one point. And we have those figures. We all have, I believe, different quotes, because it's still keeping the independence of each entity, kind of like it is now, but providing the same service so that we connect over. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct. Yeah.
We have our VoIP expert here today, but these phones are ones, I'm assuming, like you have with your current service, that we can pick up and take with us if we need to, so we don't have to have Glow Fiber come in and try to, when somebody moves offices, it just transfers with you. It also gives us the option to have a cell phone connected to it. So for example, if it's a snow day and you can't get to the office, but you need to cancel something or talk to an attorney or whoever, you can use that system from your cell phone without it appearing with your personal cell phone number on it, which for me, that was quite a plus. I don't really like everybody having my personal cell phone number that we work for. So I'm not sure what questions you might have.
Yeah, I got some. We just did just for the commissioners' areas, a study through a company called Spyglass. And they look for ways to cut costs and look for redundancies and better deals and whatnot. And they've come back and saved us $50,000 a year. So it's significant. And so I'm interested in hearing, I hear less costs and better service, better mobility with the VoIP system. Would that work for us over here? I mean, I'm sure there's economy of scale to go along with this. Brad, you think that would?
Well, I think Andy was talking to you about that this morning.
He was talking about that this morning.
Yeah, here and some other, I mean, he's got it across the street now for the building department. But yeah, he's looking at it here and other places too.
And we might want to hook up with you.
Well, we've been very pleased with the response we received in asking questions. Lisa Bayer was the one who first suggested and talked to me about VoIP. I'm not an IT person, so it was news to me about it. But I've been able to get my questions answered. We do have the representative on the VoIP here today, as well as our regular Gordon Flesh representative. If you have questions on how it works, he is more than able to answer any of those.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's what they call a UCaaS system, Unified Communications as a Service. So you can voice communicate, text communicate, chat communicate, virtual meeting communicate, share files and folders on the platform as well, digitally. And it's really just, it's three ways of communicating. You have your desk phone, you have the mobile app on your cell phone, and you have that application on your desktop computer or your laptop. So between those three ways of communicating, it's really anywhere, anytime, any place.
So I can get into my voicemail here from my laptop?
Correct. Yep, you can get into your voicemail from all three modes. You can text from your computer and your cell phone. You can chat internally from your computer and your cell phone with other users on the platform within the court system, within the county. It runs entirely on our channel partner Intermedia's cloud system. They have data centers on the east and west coast. So there's no hardware, there's no PBX box or server box in a closet that a technician has to come out and work on. The only hardware at your offices would be the desk phones. And those act like computers. They Ethernet plug into a data port in the wall, and they're pre-provisioned beforehand, so the user's information is already loaded in there. We just ship to the location. Scott and I, we have our client success specialists that can be on site to help people, get people trained, get the phones plugged in, and have them up and running even before the port happens from the old service to the Elevate service. Everybody can be trained, know how to use all three ways of communicating, and we're just waiting for the old phones to stop ringing and the new phones to start ringing. Yeah.
And that was a concern for us, is we really can't afford downtime. You know, if somebody needs to be able to get through, you don't want your phone system not working. So that was a plus for us. We also like the fact that with the proposal that we were given, the phones are at no cost to us.
Correct, yeah, the phones just come with the system, the desk phones, yeah.
And I know the last time we bought phones for probation, luckily we were able to get a grant, but it was a sizable cost to buy that new system, and we had to buy the phones. And then if we add anybody, we have to buy another phone. So that was a positive that I thought. It also had the option, we could still do you can call in and get a call-in tree. So it also had the option so we would still be able to fax. I know a lot of people never fax anymore, but if we receive confidential information from, say, a treatment provider, they are not allowed to send that via email. It has to go through fax. And so we will still be, with the equipment they can provide us, be able to do those faxes. So it seems to cover at least all the bases that I'm aware of for our needs.
Yep. Our channel partner Intermedia, who's the parent company of this platform, they have, which is, they call it the 5 nines, 99.999% service level guaranteed uptime. So at their data center level, they guarantee less than 6 minutes of downtime per year. That doesn't speak specifically to the county or the court as internet service provider. And like I told these folks, always good to have backup there, always good to have redundancy there, but at the intermediate level, they call it the 5 nines. Yeah.
I believe, I don't want to speak for Jordan, but I think he's interested in joining in with this.
Yeah, so we have the title department in my clerk's office, and I really want to bring some uniformity there where girls out there can transfer back and forth when they call, because we get a lot of calls for the clerk's office over the title department. So we'll have that uniformity, and another feature wasn't mentioned yet is the call recording. So if they're having like a stressful person on the phone, they can hit #7, it'll immediately start recording the call, so we can use it in the future for any fact checking or whatever. So I think it's going to upgrade our systems tremendously, because right now I'm not able to call forward to like municipal court. So we have some issues in my office. We don't have any call trees, so we answer the calls for pretty much the whole court, and we transfer to the courtrooms or over to probate, and so this will be a huge upgrade for us.
I believe Judge Benson, your office was also interested.
Yes. Is the prosecutor's office talking about what's going on with this?
I did not chat with them.
They're separate.
Because I believe they're still with the county on everything. I'm sure Gordon Flesh would love to chat with them.
I have a meeting with Andy Letterston in April regarding
communications as well, so.
Okay.
But again, oh, I'm sorry.
I have one of the phones on my desk because of litter control, so if you ever are interested, it has been really great as far as voicemails. It goes straight to Ryan's email. If I don't get it, it's been really nice.
So you carry your office phone over here from across the street?
No,
pretty-
Andy brought me a new one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because we were set up over there, but since Ryan's out on the road, he brought the litter control phone over here. So it's on my desk if you'd like to look at it.
You're all sold?
So that means the email that David keeps sending me, since he's in Tucson, it should come over the phone?
It could. It depends on
It
what he
could.
sends. Yeah.
If,
Is he
if,
sending
he,
you
if,
emails?
He's sending both of us something.
if he gets a voicemail and he's on the system, that voicemail will be that recording and a transcription of the voicemail in the body that's included in the body of the email will be emailed to him. So as an audio file and a transcription of the voicemail, and that's just automatic on the system. He could, as a user, he could add other people to receive his voicemails as well, in case he's on vacation or on a project for a few days or something like that. I know Deanna's the first one to volunteer to get Jordan's voicemails when he's gone. So.
I'd like to look over some materials and some cost estimates and things like that. Just for the due diligence of it, but.
Yes, I'll be glad to submit the numbers I have for the court.
I would like to see the numbers.
Yes, I only have for my judges and the probation department. I don't have the figures for Jordan
it's
or.
mine's with the county, so.
Yeah, ours is also, but Brad directed me to the auditor's office, and they were able to help me get some bills, and I was able to pull the numbers from that. So I'll be happy. I'll make copies and email to Kathy. Would you also be interested in seeing the proposed contracts? I know anything that would be signed would have to go in front of the prosecutor first for a form. Do you want to see that before it goes to him?
I would, in my opinion, I would like to hold off to see if the whole county can do it. Everybody, then we can look at a better price.
I think that's not judge.
Nudge, I mean, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be a better-
get it. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. That's my thinking, because if the court's gonna change over, the clerk court's gonna change over, we got the treasurer's office, we got the auditor's office, recorder's office, and the commissioner's office, and everybody, and the prosecutor's office. That way, everybody's already changed over, we can do it all at one time.
Yeah, we've already got the building department and the litter control.
Yeah, litter
department.
control,
They're already
yeah,
combined.
so they're already over there, 15 North Main Street, just already over there, so.
I'm all about economies of scale.
Yeah.
The more the merrier, less cost to the county.
You know, and I want to just have a little private session with Andy, see what he thinks about that, and then I'm thinking that this is a logical move. So we just want to be sure. So, and see how it goes with the courts, and if you got a meeting with Andy in April, maybe that's the timetable where it could be implemented and already in the courts, and I don't know how fast you're planning on moving with this.
We were hoping to move fairly fast
Yeah.
because of difficulties we've been having with our current phone system being out, and then cost of trying to add more phones. We've got a new employee that doesn't have a phone, trying to share one, but definitely understand the economies of scale. You know,
Well, I think considerations, it doesn't have to all happen at once, but knowing where we're going and the intent of getting there.
Yeah.
I figured we'd work into the numbers.
Yep.
So, you know, if you get the contract and the proposal and the financials to us, we could have this done by next week, Monday.
That happened. And as far as using Gordon Flush, again, I know the county has its in-house IT. We have a contract with someone else. And so I think that was part of the reason I personally felt comfortable with Gordon Flush, because I know when I've had any copier problems, it's a phone call and they've got somebody there. And so that gives me a degree of comfort in using this new system.
She's giving you an expectation.
Yeah.
You live pretty well up to it. Make no mistake about that.
Hey, I'm here, what they need me.
Yeah, he even actually took parts off his own copier and brought them over to me the other day when we had to get something done fast, so.
Yeah, ink. I just took our ink from our copier and ran it over there.
All right, I'll get the information together and get it to Kathy for distribution and go from there.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
I didn't mean to speak for you, Judge. I'm sorry.
You guys can stay. We want to start talking about something else here. We got time.
Was I one of those guys you were pointing at, Greg?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks much.
Appreciate it.
Get with Lisa to have
I
her.
will.
See you, buddy.
She's
Back
out.
tomorrow,
Take care.
look at Mom today, yeah.
So you'll have her send our stuff?
Yes, I'll get it all put together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to go into executive session. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Motion to
I think
get out of the meeting.
I'll make a motion to recess.
I'll second.
All right, it's lunchtime.
Recess.